After much reflection and giving it a great deal of thought, many emails have come in to this old geezer asking when the next film reportage would appear on YouTube. And while I think I can be rather long-winded and wordy, I had to give it some thought before I did another film bit. So here is that film bit that's been requested by so many who view on YouTube. The main thrust of most of the comments was how lovely it would be if I were to pass on me thoughts about what is seen and lived each day on the road, in the community, and at the complex. Truth be told, my dears, there is much seen, heard, and lived through in Linda. So this will bring you up to date. Linda and the road lived on is a troubled community. It was a troubled community and still is a troubled community to some degree because good folks decided that they didn't care anymore. Well, that's not the case with this old geezer. And after months of hard toil, it seems that we have turned a corner here. Many brilliant new tenants have moved into the complex. The grounds and the units themselves have taken on a much brighter, fresher, cleaner look, and hope is alive in the air. Hope is so much alive in the air that you could slice it with a knife. The biggest single hurdle that had to be overcome in Linda, on this road, and at this complex, and in this community, was making folks realize that turning a blind eye to the sale, distribution, and use of drugs would no longer be tolerated. You who are au fait with this old geezer know that I am loath on the subject of drugs. I loathe drug dealers. I loathe people who have decided that copping out and using drugs to cope with the trials and tribulations of daily life are the way to go. To my mind, drugs kill and destroy not only the person who does them or sells them, but everything that it comes in contact with. It was not easy and without cost that a decision was made to ask folks who no longer fitted in to depart. Some left eagerly, some left with no grace, and others left only after they had been pushed violently to the curb by any and all legal recourse that could be had. There are more American flags flying. There is less rubbish. And the cacophony of screams and insults and hatred have diminished greatly. Now, there will be many who will view this reportage and roll eyes, cluck tongues, and say to selves, "Oh, there goes the old geezer again, him with his moi and my dears and highfalutin ways." Well, that be the way of it, unfortunately. Truth be told, I read the comments that are left, and unless they be absolutely horrid in nature, spewing filth and rubbish, I leave most posted up so that all can see that the battle to do good is not without peril. So, to the lovely folks who have asked me to do another film bit, this be it. I'm not sure whether you're going to approve of it or not, but at least you'll get to see a new look to this old geezer. It is in the early hours of the morning, and I sit in my office. As you can see, I am a chap who believes in throwing forth a bit of ego. There are a lot of plaques on the wall. proclaiming to the world that they do business with someone who believes that this be a brilliant community, a brilliant country, and that whatever one wants to achieve can be achieved if one is willing to put the effort forward. You will also notice, I think, that I am doing this reportage sans me eyeglasses. That's because this old geezer, however clever most of you may think or not think, has not found a way to get the glare off of the glass so that you can see the eyeballs. And I definitely want you to see the eyeballs. And I hope in some small way you will also notice that the transport size that this old geezer once was has been greatly diminished. I am now becoming far more pleasant on the eye and user-friendly. What can I say, my dears? Have a giggle. And again, this is not a slick professional video. It doesn't even try and pretend that it is. And there will be many who will rail about the quality of this one as they have others. That too is the way of it, and there is nothing that this old geezer can do to change that. I just want each and every person who clicks on to me channel and views me film bits to realize that nothing is chiseled in stone, that the path of one's life constantly can change if you're willing to accept the fact that you have the capacity to make that change happen. One person can make a difference. One person can help bring hope and rebirth to a community and a road and to the place where one lives. It all starts with one person. And remember, my dears, just say no to drugs. I loathe drugs. I have seen how horrid they are and what they do to destroy the quality of life of everyone around. There it is, another film bit. Oh, excuse me. See, I'm even going to leave the weird in so that they'll have more to crow about when folks log on and see this old geezer railing on about drugs again. So, there you be. You have a brilliant day, and realize that it all starts with you. Ooh. I don't know whether it's something that has come into the office. Oh, I forgot. Paul came into the office, and I must be allergic to Paul. You have a brilliant day, my dears, and stay tuned. There will be more film bits to come in the future. Cheers!